Today's title is The Poky Little Puppy. I hope you enjoy reading it with us. It's written by Janette Lowrey and illustrated by Gustaf Tenggren. So I hope you enjoy reading the book with me. 5 little puppies were behind the fence wondering what to do. They decided to dig a hole until it got bigger and bigger, big enough for them to get through the fence. Their heads went under the fence and they saw the whole big world and thought it was amazing. The hills of the world, they were so excited. They all walked together, roaming across the grass, the hills, the road, the bridge, seeing the green grass all over the hills. They were just walking and looking with great pleasure. So they started to roam together to the top of the hills, looking around to see how cool it all was. And then they started to count each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Where's the last one? He's not there. What? We went all over the world and now where did he go? Where is that poky little puppy? The other puppies nervously looked all over for him, but there was nothing to see. He wasn't there. They got discouraged and didn't know what to do, and they kept talking about the crisis. They wondered, where did that poky puppy go? Over there or over there? They didn't know. They thought maybe it went up ahead of them. They looked, but all they saw was a fuzzy caterpillar inching along, wriggling its body up and down. Then they looked to the other side, and they saw a long-tailed little lizard darting around. But the lizard scurried away, and the puppy wasn't there. So they looked around, and they looked around, and then they looked down the grassy hill, and finally, there he was! They saw that poky little puppy wagging his tail. He was circling around, head down, sniffing the grass. They were so relieved to see him, but they wondered, what was he doing? So they all went down to meet him. They all watched the poky puppy circle and sniff and wag, and they wondered what he was sniffing. So they all went down to meet him. They asked him, "What is it?" And he answered, "Do you smell that?" And they tilted their heads and sniffed, and then they said, "Oh, rice pudding!" They were so excited. Everyone was excited. They couldn't wait to get home following the scent of sweet rice pudding. They all ran really fast, trying to beat each other across the bridge, down the road, and over the grassy green hills. They were running together the whole way home. Then they went back through the fence, heads down, through the hole, under and out on the inside. They kept running until they got inside and found that dinner truly was there, ready and waiting for them. Rice pudding for dessert. Like this. But the puppy's mom was not happy. She was very disappointed. She told those little puppies, "You guys dug a hole under the fence and escaped. So no rice pudding for you. You go straight to bed." But later, the poky little puppy arrived late, and he didn't know what happened. So he saw the rice pudding, and he got really excited, and he went and ate some. And he ate more and more and more. And he finished it all up until he fell asleep, happy and satisfied. The next day, someone filled in the hole. They covered it up and patted down the earth, and they put up a sign that said, "Never dig a hole under the fence again." But the 5 little puppies dug a hole. And they made it bigger and bigger until they could get their little heads under the gate and go out on another adventure, just like the day before. They walked around and around and up and down the grassy hills. The puppies roamed all over, down the hill, down the road, across the bridge, over the green pasture and the green hills. They were 2 by 2 walking along, wagging their tails. When they got to the top of the hill, they looked at each other and counted 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, where's the 5th one? One puppy is missing. Oh no, where can we find him? Where is he? He's not there on top of the hill. So they looked all around for the poky little puppy, and he was nowhere. They looked down the hill, they saw nothing. They looked on the other side of the hill, and yikes, they saw a big spider. Yikes, a spider. So the puppies looked all around, and they looked down the hill, and they saw a huge toad with a big puffy neck and big rolling eyeballs. Then they kept looking and looking, trying to find the poky puppy. And then finally, they found him. And they saw the poky puppy standing still as a statue, listening with one ear up. And they wondered what he could hear. So they all tumbled down the hill to crowd around him and find out what he was hearing. And he looked at the grass, and they looked at the grass, and he looked at the grass, and they looked at the grass. And then they heard it. The sound of chocolate custard filling their dessert bowls. And they couldn't wait to eat it up, so they all ran back home. They all ran as fast as they could back home. They crossed the bridge, ran down the road, over the grassland, and down the hill back to the fence. And they all went through the hole under the fence, excited to be home. And just like they thought, their dessert was ready, the chocolate custard in the dishes. They were so excited, but Mother said she was disappointed. She was so disappointed that the little puppies dug that hole bigger and bigger and went under the fence again. But Mom didn't know that the poky puppy wasn't home yet. So she sent the 4 naughty puppies to bed with no chocolate custard. Then the poky puppy arrived home late. When everyone was asleep, the poky puppy ate up all the chocolate custard. He licked the plate clean and had a big belly and fell asleep. The next morning, someone had filled in the hole again. and put up a new sign. And the sign said, "Don't ever dig holes under this fence." But the little puppies still dug a hole and made it bigger, and their heads went under the fence, and their happy little faces came out, and they ran up the hill to the grassland, to the road, across the bridge, smelling the grasses and running along. And as they got to the top of the hill, so excited, they started to count heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Where's the last one? Not again! They looked around the hill, wondering, where did that Poky puppy get to? The other puppies searched and searched for the Poky little puppy. They looked down one side of the hill, and they saw a slithery snake sneaking in the grass. Then they looked down the other side of the hill and saw a giant hopping cricket. But no Poky puppy. They looked around and they looked around, and finally they found him. They saw him at the bottom of the hill with his nose to the ground, sniffing and sniffing. So they all tumbled down the hill to gather around him. They paced around him and asked him what he was doing. And the Poky puppy looked at the ground and said, "I see something, and I can smell it." So the other puppies sniffed the grass and sniffed until they smelled it too. Juicy, ripe strawberries. They dreamed of strawberry shortcake as they all ran home, excited for their dessert. The puppies hurried home, excited and dreaming of delicious strawberry shortcake. They all ran together across the bridge, through the road, down the hills, and popped their heads back under the fence in search of dessert. And sure enough, there it was. Shortcake with big, juicy strawberries. But Mother said, "You little puppies, you dug a hole again. No strawberry shortcake for you. Go straight to bed." And the puppies were so sad as they went to bed without dessert. Later, the 4 little puppies woke up, and all together they went outside to look at the hole under the fence. They kicked the dirt back in the hole and covered it all up completely. They didn't notice their mother watching them work. She smiled and told them, "Good puppies. You can have your dessert after all. Come get some strawberry shortcake." And they all excitedly dashed back inside and gobbled up their dessert. While they were eating, the Poky little puppy finally came back home, but the hole was filled in. He had to squeeze in through a gap in the fence. He got in just in time to see the other puppies finishing their dessert. His mother said, "Oh dear, oh my, I am so relieved that you're back from your exploration. But there's no strawberry shortcake left, I'm afraid." and the Poky puppy pouted and went to bed without dessert. The next morning, someone had put up a sign that said, "No desserts ever, unless puppies never dig holes under this fence again." The puppy looked up at the sign and decided to stay home and enjoy a belly full of desserts. The puppy looked up at the sign and decided to stay home and enjoy a belly full of all the desserts that Mom made for the puppies. Do you want a dessert? Yummy!